Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ascar, and if you are new here, please subscribe and click the notification bell. So in today's tutorial we are going to learn how to crochet the butterflies for our shrugs. I've gotten a lot of feedback, people asking me to make the butterflies for the shrugs that I post. So in this tutorial I'm going to give it to you. So if you want to make the shrugs for the butterflies, you're going to watch my previous tutorial for the shrugs with stars, but now you're going to make the shrugs and then come back and make the butterflies and attach them. I'm going to leave the link to that at the description box below. So let's get started. So this is the shrug that I'm working on right now, and as you can see I'm using black butterflies. Okay, so I've placed all of them except one here. We are going to do this together, so I cannot show you with a black color, so I'm going to use this one just to elaborate how to make the butterfly, and this is the one that you're going to attach together. So you're going to need a 3.5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors and darning needle. Okay, so let us get started. So you're going to begin by making a magic ring. So this is how I always make my magic ring, just a knot, and you're going to hold it this way. Insert your hook and you're going to chain 8. So the amount of chains that you make will determine the size of the butterfly that you make. So if you make less chains, that means you're making a small butterfly. But for the butterflies that I've been using for my shrugs, this is the amount that I use. So start with 8 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That way. Now you're going to flip your work this way, just turn a little bit, and you're going to work on these stitches. Okay, so you're going to insert your hook into the first stitch, not this side, the back side of your work, this one. Insert your hook and you're going to pull up a loop that way. Go to the next stitch, which is this one. Pull up a loop that way. Go to the next one. Go to the next. So you're going to do this until you have 8 loops on your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you get to the end, you're going to insert your hook into the ring and pull up a loop. Now I have 9 loops on my hook. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Keep doing that until you get to the end. That way. So this is the first row. Now let's go to the second row. You're going to insert your hook into the first stitch. So the only stitches that you have here right now are these ones. Okay, so insert your hook into the first one and make a slip stitch. So pull all through that way. We are doing the decreases. Now go to the next stitch, pull up a loop, go to the next one, pull up a loop. So here we had 9 loops all together, so the next one should be 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one should be into the ring, 8. So yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and keep pulling through 2 until you get to the end. Now you're going to go to the next row and just repeat the same thing. So insert your hook into the first stitch there, the first loop here, that way, and you're going to do a slip stitch that way. So here was 9, 8, so the next one should be 7. So I already have 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over and pull through 2 and just repeat the same process, and you're going to do this for the next one. So let us do the next one. Insert your hook and do a slip stitch, So here was 9, 8, 7, so the next one should be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That way, yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2 and pull through 2. So this one is like this wing. Okay, it's just like this big wing. Now you're going to make slip stitch into the first stitch, and you're going to keep slip stitching until the end of this until you get to the ring. That way. Now you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to repeat the same thing. Now you're going to flip your work just a little bit. You're going to work on the back of these stitches. Okay, that way. Insert your hook into the first one. You're going to pull. Now we have 1, 2. Go to the next one. 3, 4 and 5. Now I have 5 loops on my hook. Yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2, that way. Now go to the next row, repeat the same process. Now you're not going to do any decrease here. You're not going to do any decreases. Now I have 4 and 5. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and you're going to close this one off. So go to the next row and make a slip stitch and slip stitch all through. That way. So this is like the first half of the butterfly. Now let's go to the next half. So you're going to chain 4. We're just repeating what we did here. So chain 4 and go to the back of your work. That way. So 1, 2, I should have 5. If you make 4 chains, you should have 5 loops on your hook. If you make 8 chains, you should have 9 loops on your hook. If you make 5, you should have 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That way. So yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. And just repeat the next row. No decrease on this one. Just repeat what we did here. That way. Now you're going to make another one like this on this other side. Okay, so this was 8, 7, 6, 5. So that means we should start with 5 on this other side. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. You're going to chain 5, 1. So if you had done decreases up to, let's say, 4, you're going to start with 4. Okay, but we ended at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way. And you're going to flip your work just a little bit and work on the back of your work. So we have 5 chains, so that means I should have 6 loops on my hook. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The last loop should always be in the ring. So pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2 and pull through 2. So on this side you are doing decreases going down, but now we are going up, so you're going to do increases. Okay, so chain 1 and you're going to begin on that first one, the one that you chained. Just work on the back of your work. So this was 6 loops on my hook, so the next one should be 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and just repeat the same thing. Pull through 2 all through. That way. So the next one, I'm just going to repeat what we did here. So I'm going to chain 1 and just repeat the same thing. So on this one I should have 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7 and 8. Pull through 2, that way, chain 1 and repeat the same thing. So here I should have 9 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Pull through 2, pull through 2, all through. And now I'm going to close off this part, so you're not going to do any more chains. So just insert your hook into the first stitch and make a slip stitch, and you're going to slip stitch all through up to the ring. Now you're going to chain 1 and leave a long tail, because you're going to use this tail to weave it in. So let me just measure it with this one that I have already made. It measures 13 inches. So I think 12 to 13 is okay. So you're going to use this to weave it in. Now you're done making our butterfly, so let's go ahead and fasten this ring. You're going to tighten your ring. So you're going to pull the short end. As you can see, it's bringing out the butterfly. Now you're going to weave this short end in, so that you can be able to tighten the ring even further. So make sure you tighten it as much as possible. And you're going to weave in that short end at the back of your butterfly, not the front, at the back. And here is our butterfly. You see how beautiful it is? So now let's go ahead and attach the butterfly to our shrug. Now before we continue, you're going to mark points where you're going to place your stars, okay? So go ahead and place your shrug flat or hang it like this, the way I've done mine, and then you'll go ahead and mark it. You're going to place them at these points where I've placed them. Don't place them at the middle or at the corner here. Place them almost at the end, and one at the front, either is this side or this side, and also on this other side, okay, that way. So let's go ahead and attach it. So I'm going to attach it at this point. So first of all, our yarn is at the middle, and I want it at this point, So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it to that point at the front. So insert your hook at that point where you want your end to start. So I want to start it at this point, that way. Now we can start attaching. So insert your hook into this point. So insert your hook into this point, just around where you had marked and out of the lower part, that way. I'm not so good at explaining, so I'll just elaborate, that way. that way, and your butterfly is attached, but you are not done yet. So you're going to take it to the back of your work, the wrong side of your work, and you're going to weave it in. Cut your yarn, and you'll notice that they are still long, so we are going to use them. So you're going to come back to our butterfly. Now you can see the difference from this butterfly that I just attached and this one. You can see this one is attached at the tips also, and this pins it into place. Okay, so you're going to do the same to this one. So you're going to take your hook and go to the tip of your butterfly and just find a point there, and you're going to attach one of your yarns. That way, and do the same to this other side. Though if you want to leave it at that, you can just leave it at that, but I like to pin it in place. Now you're going to place it down and identify where the tips lie. Okay, so on this one the tips lie at this point, so I'm going to insert my hook at any stitch at that point and pull this one behind. That way, that will go to the back of my work. And also on this other side, find where the tip lies, and it's at that point. So I'm going to do the same, and I'm just going to pull it at the back of my work, that way. Now you're going to take your darning needle and you're going to weave this in. You're going to weave this in, so this will just help to pin it down. So go ahead and do the same thing on this other side. And you're done, guys. So this is how it looks like. As you can see, it's pinned down, and this is how you want it to look like. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. See you.